Hello to my Scorpios. All right, Scorpios, let's get right into it. Hopefully everybody's having a great week so far, Scorpios. Let's see what is going on. This reading really is for Wednesday, September 3rd through the 10th of September, which is going to push us past the full moon, right? And so if you're joining me here and over on the Patreon side, thank you. I appreciate all the love and light. I'm sending it right on back to each and every one of you all. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let's get into it. All right, let's do it. Let's go. Scorpios. So a full blood moon in Pisces. We have a full blood moon coming up in Pisces on the same day as a total lunar eclipse, right? So yeah, total lunar eclipse is about totally letting go of some things, and it could be blood, right? Blood relatives, or just releasing, but a full blood moon in Pisces is powerful, emotional, and deeply spiritual lunar eclipse. So for Scorpio, a fellow water sign, this energy resonates strongly and can feel both intense and liberating. It highlights themes of creativity, love, self-expression, and joy, areas where transformation or release may unfold. And so in the areas of creativity and self-expression, specifically for my Scorpios, Pisces moon energy is dreamy, it's intuitive, it's imaginative. So for Scorpio, this lunation activates your creative sector, and so you may feel inspired artistically or pulled to express yourself in more authentic ways. At this time, the blood moon may reveal where you've been holding back your creative voice and push you to release those blocks, right? In that creative space, right? It's a great time to start thinking about, what do you want to create? Who do you want to collaborate with creatively, right? Another thing you may be thinking about would be love, romance, and pleasure, right? Because you're over 8th house. In that area, eclipses bring breakthroughs, endings, revelations. So in romance, this blood moon could stir big shifts for you, deepening a love connection, revealing truths about a relationship, or even prompting closure if a bond no longer serves your growth. So the focus is on heartfelt joy and passion, not surface level attraction. And then in areas of joy, children, and inner child healing, this lunation also shines light on children, meaning your own or the theme of children in your life and your inner child. So you may feel a strong pull towards playful healing activities or towards releasing old wounds connected to innocence, joy, or love. Pisces moon compassion invites forgiveness and emotional renewal here. And then in the areas of heightened intuition and emotional sensitivity. So as a water sign, Scorpio, you all Scorpios already feel deeply, but Pisces moon amplifies intuition even more. So you may sense truths about love, art, or personal fulfillment before they're visible on the surface. So trust your instincts during the eclipse. They're unusually strong. Okay, so I'm gonna give you some tips and pointers at the end here so we can kind of sort of round it out. Scorpios, let's get it, let's go. Let's do it. All right, I detach myself from anger and I replace it with compassion. All right, let's get it. Let's see what the seeing is going on here in the goings on in the reading. So first card out, I detach myself from anger and I replace it with compassion. All right, Scorpios. All right, so the moon was in Capricorn, right? So when the moon is in Capricorn, it's about setting boundaries and making sure you're enforcing those boundaries, not letting stuff spill over to boundaries. I believe the moon is now in Aquarius, right? So you're learning how to get closer and closer to walking away from things because your third eye is now opening. You're learning that third eye is like seeing things, through a different lens, seeing things clearly, not just with your natural eyes, but through God's eyes. Right, okay, I see how God sees things. Like, come on now, so I'm gonna give you some questions for the moon in Capricorn for those of you all who like the questions. All right, here we have 7 of Wands. Somebody's closing something out. Something's been closed out in the spiritual realm because there's enough information. Here we have the King of Pentacles here as to why somebody's a loner. Yeah, why somebody is a loner, right? Why somebody chooses to be by themselves, right? Yeah. So, so let me see if I can, okay, let me put this as a major arcana. Okay. Yeah, somebody now sees why somebody chooses to be alone, right? Why some people choose to be alone. Some people choose to be alone because they feel like they have had people's backs and been stabbed in the back, right? Yeah, some people, they close out cycles, they pray and meditate on some things, and they say, you know what, I got all the information I need, I'm just gonna close out cycles and meditate on it and just move on, right? Just move on, right? Yeah. And move on. They leave all the foolishness behind. They just leave it behind. They ain't think about it, they just move on. People label them as a fool. Like, what? Why would they leave a rich person behind? Why would they leave all that money? Why would they leave such that? People leave them as a fool. Because some people don't like a bunch of chaos and confusion. Some people don't even like a bunch of chaos and confusion. Some people are just ruthless. Some people would rather just be free. Yeah. So somebody is now learning, the difference between, when we talking about sixth house here, because seven, in between all of this stuff right here, we got the 7 and Knight of, just in the way that people talk right here, difference between people who are like really answering their call on life, and people who are like kind of sort of like grandstanding. Like some people are, really, when you really analyze, you talking about sixth house. Sixth house is about your wellness and your health, right? And some people are, some people have like a lot of, like I said, some people, they really, really are prayer warriors. They really are prayer warriors. They, take the time to pray on things and meditate on things and just make some stuff happen. And they just do it by themselves. They don't need a whole, prayer circle and all that. They just pray on it. And they just, okay, they just gonna get it done, right? So somebody now seeing something from a higher frequency, right? In terms of like high priestess gifts, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, somebody seeing something now, like when you have a dream about something, you could have downloads or dream about something, and you're like, okay, you don't want to be a fool, you don't want to mess it up, and I feel like this is because you have a lot of major arcana here. You have, the Justice card, you have the Fool card, the Temperance, and also High Priestess card. And somebody's like, when you have a dream, pray about it, meditate on it, gather as much information as you can on the thing, balance it out, healthy work-life balance here, leave all the distractions behind, especially when you're dealing with people who are ruthless, all of the distractions, right? So see something from a higher frequency, you getting your downloads and stuff, and you're having a total recall. This right here, this is Tower card. Somebody's having a total recall of some things and you're getting some messages. Yeah, and so somebody's really, you're having some major memory of some things that in terms of, just your whole prayer life, your prayer and meditation life. Somebody is kind of used to kind of being like by themselves, like praying and meditating by themselves. Like somebody is really a loner at heart. So somebody gets that kind of lone wolf energy when it comes to leaving distractions behind, not letting a whole bunch of people contaminate their water. Somebody gets that. Somebody really, really gets that. Like why some people, they just pop out be like, bam, okay, knew this going on, that's going on. They collaborate and they doing this and that. They just, they pray on some stuff, meditate, and then just make some stuff happen. So this is what I'm seeing here. So somebody may be having some warm conversations with some people. Yeah, some people may be having warm conversations with some energies, but yeah, you're detaching yourself from anger and replacing something with some compassion here. But yeah, so here we got the Page of Cups here. So somebody was trying to send a message, or somebody could have been trying to send you a message about something. Page of Cups here, through a younger person. I'm kind of feeling like it's almost like somebody was trying to send you a message that they were attracted to you, but through a younger person. Like an older person could have been saying, how can you hook me up with your friend? You know, something just inappropriate. That's what I'm seeing picking up here in the cards. Like this, I'm seeing this messenger energy here, and somebody's now having a total recall of some things. Like, okay, how in the world did I miss that? How did I miss something? Because somebody was around a bunch of confusion, a bunch of, you know, distractions, right? How did I miss something, right? Yeah, so here we have the Queen of Wands here, right? Yeah, so somebody's now getting a message. Somebody's getting a message now of just like how people inspire people and why they just leave foolishness behind. Somebody's getting a message loud and clear. Somebody's getting a message loud and clear. Somebody's going to start getting out and getting some sun, right? You know, getting their hormones together. And vitamin D. Somebody's getting out and getting some sun. You know, somebody could have a dog, you know, but somebody's just, you know, feeling like just like really brokenhearted over the stuff that they're hearing, and just like, wow. Yeah, so here's the Chariot card here. So yeah, so somebody is kind of feeling some kind of way. Somebody could be feeling foolish, you know, over some kind of impulsive action that was taken. Yeah, somebody may be feeling a little foolish over something, some kind of impulsive action that was taken here. You know, especially here we have the Queen of Cups here. And so I feel like somebody is now really pouring into themselves, you know, making sure you know, getting the overflow of just pouring into yourself, doing stuff. That's your moon sign, by the way, and getting some rest. Somebody just finally getting some rest and learning how to just move on behind closed doors. Yeah. Because I'm seeing here that when somebody's learning that, okay, when you pray and meditate on some things and you get in your mind, okay, I remember how I like to be alone and with my thoughts. I like to pray and I like to meditate and I like to kind of go back in my memory and start to think to myself, you know, whose back I've had, who's had my back. Then I can take some inventory. I can really sit down and write it out. Like, okay, they had my back during this. I had their back during that. Like, you can really analyze something. Somebody was not like in their sixth house, like really like with a spreadsheet. That's almost how like you got to get to that point. Like I gotta really, even though it sounds petty to some people, it's almost like you got to audit your own life. You got to look at it and say, okay, when I'm thinking about detaching myself from some things, I can't be impulsive. That's what it's like. I got to pray about it first. I got to slow down. I got to get away from all distractions. I cannot be influenced by impulsive energies. I can't be influenced by those energies. And I got to go behind closed doors. I got to pour into myself, make sure my cup is full, and however way I pour into myself. Some people, tell y'all, this moon that's coming up in Pisces, anytime the moon moves through a water sign in general, that's a time to create, collaborate, get with people. You think about writing a book, you may not be the best writer, but hey, you know somebody who wrote a book? Hey, can we get together? I got some ideas. You know, but if you're with people who are automatically in the negative mindset, oh, they're going to steal your ideas, they're going to do this and that. Okay, pray about it. Ask God for clarity. God, should I work with the person or not? But yeah, some people, they just leave all the foolishness behind. They leave all the distractions. They pray about stuff. They get quietly by themselves and they say, okay. They move on. Sacral chakra cleanse. Somebody is getting ready to get in their element. Sacral chakra cleanse. Somebody happened to get with somebody who was quite impulsive. All somebody heard was a wolf, right? But there's a duality to wolf energy, right? And I already talked about it in previous readings, so I don't need to bring it out with this either. So, good side and bad side. So somebody's learning how to move on by themselves. This person on this boat is an ancestor, by the way. This is an ancestor. So this could be a family member. Could be somebody's mother who transitioned. Somebody's mother is helping them. And fourth house is family and ancestry. Somebody feels nurtured when they quietly just move on. And that's what you and somebody have in common. Somebody feels much better when they just quietly move on from situations. And that's what's coming back to somebody's memory. That's why somebody's having a tower moment. Somebody's like, you know what? I remember I feel better when I pray about things and I just, and I meditate on some things and I start to really take inventory, like audit my own life. But somebody was trying to keep you boxed in, right? So she apologizes for betraying you. Document your dreams day and night. Love up on yourselves more. Yeah, so somebody never stopped loving you. Schedule a vacation. Your inner child is very proud of you. Third eye chakra cleanse. You have the gift of precognition. Your mental health is just as important as your physical health. Prepare for an increase in pay. And the curse is now broken. Yep, some kind of curse is now broken. All right. Yep, some kind of curse is now broken. Let me give you the questions for the moon in Capricorn, even though the moon has moved into Aquarius. But I want to make sure, because Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, so is Aquarius. So the questions could be applied kind of the same. Because both of them are ruled by Saturn. Saturn is a very serious planet. It's a traditional planet. It's a planet of rules and structure. And it's almost a pessimistic planet, but it's a generational planet. So everybody is breaking some kind of generational cycle chain and curses. And so this is going to help somebody learn how to create boundaries and enforce those boundaries, right? So liberation. So there's a dragonfly there. So the doubts and fears still come up, but you don't believe anymore that they're you. All right. So first question is, what are your top 3 priorities this week, this month, and year? Second question is, what are your biggest fears? That's the second question. Third question is, do you have specific daily rituals and routines that nourish you? Fourth question is, do you reward yourself when you accomplish something? And then last but not least is, how much of your daily week do you block out for self-care and personal development? Self-care and personal development. All right, let's get a little bit more cards here. So hopefully this is helpful. Hopefully this is helpful. All right, psychic abilities. Somebody gonna be really their third eye. When that moon in Pisces move through Pisces, we're not talking about a person, we're talking about the 12th house, right? That completes the 12 houses, right? And you're embarking on a new journey, however long it took you to really tap into your psychic abilities. 12th house is like, okay, you come to the end of something, so what you didn't know before, you now know. It's like, okay, you know what? I'm clear on something now. If I wasn't clear about something before, I'm clear on it now. That when I'm around other energies that's, angry and showing no compassion, it's affecting my water. Somehow it's affecting my emotions. That's your water, right? So base, this is base chakra, this is root chakra, same thing. So somebody's pulling something up at the root. Somebody's finally saying, hey, look, I'm learning how to get to the root of some things. Before I get to the third chakra, which is the solar plexus chakra, the basic need for solar plexus chakra is the need for power and identity. So somebody needed to feel powerful and they needed some kind of identity. They needed to attach themselves to your power and your identity, and somebody could not see that, like, because after 7 is 8, right? That's a chain. Like somebody needed to chain themselves to your power and your identity. And you are a water sign, and so water connects us to emotions and intimacy. So somebody figure, okay, you're an emotional sign, you're a fixed sign. So if I can get a Scorpio in their emotions, and they a fixed sign, y'all like the best friend sign, y'all the ride or die, y'all gonna ride till the wheels fall off, and the wheels gonna be, that metal hitting the pavement. Oh, y'all gonna ride till the wheels fall off. Somebody want to think about to get to the root of something, but your third eye is now open. Your third eye is now open. I want to say, is this a butterfly? Yeah. So somebody's gone through a very powerful transformation. Looking at the card here, a very, very powerful transformation. What else we got here? And then, of course, getting to the root of something is the physical existence. Like the physical existence, that's the root. What this is, base chakra on this card, but it's root chakra. It's like getting to the physical, to get into the physical existence, like talking to someone directly, or, you know, calling or talking to, or, you know, in the physical sense, like getting to the root of something, I guess. Yeah, 901, you're turning a page. Now is the time to begin again. A chapter has closed in your life. Reinventing, yourself is not easy, but it is necessary. Your angel's message now is to embrace that reality and combine it with confidence that you are ready to move ahead. Draw another card with the intention of receiving angelic guidance on what is to come. So 901. So 9 would be the last of the single digit. Somebody, the 0 could be like, okay, somebody leaving the foolishness behind, and this one right here would be the Magician card. You're on your way to, you know, embark on this new journey, right? Somebody's taking a risk, but not a foolish risk. Like you feel fulfilled, and you're embarking on a whole new journey. You know, leaving all of that, just the toxin things behind. So here we have 555, major change. So get your mindset right for what's to come. Your angels are alerting you. You may even see this on the clock, like 555, right? 555. Okay, so Scorpio, we had to add a little bit more time here to your reading. So we got 901 and 555, major change. So this is where, like I said, get your mindset right for what's to come. Your angels are alerting you to new energy coming your way. So change can be seen as a negative thing, but with the right mindset and the right alignment to your goals, it's actually your angel's way of readjusting your life to fit your desires. So life will look different when you get what you want. Take a shower or bath using water to purify your mind and body and promote your mental alignment with the great things that are on their way to you. Okay, all right. Let me see. Let's get a few oracle cards, and let's close this reading out. Yeah. Let's close this reading out here. Yeah, compassion. All right. And let's see what else is going on here. Somebody is now emotionally withdrawn from the situation. I set it at the bottom of the deck. And suffering in silence. That something has come to an end. I don't know, this 9 could be, yeah, some energies could just feel like, feel really bad that something has really come to an end. Like they really, didn't foresee something kind of maybe ending here. But that's what I'm seeing for you in your cards. Hopefully this is helpful. But continue being prayer warriors. I do see, like I said, this is someone's, I kind of feel like someone's mom has, or grandmother maybe has helped them to kind of move on from something. Like this is, like your ancestors are really helping you. They're sending you a message in the spiritual realm, helping you to move on, from something quietly. Because somebody is kind of sort of returning back to, how they've always been. It's like really returning to pure consciousness. Like, okay, I'm aware now that it's like a total recall. That's what a tower card is. It's a total recall. And it's like something had to be shaken up in somebody to remind them. It's like, like getting back to self, right? Basically saying, I reminded myself that, I'm really this reflective person. Like I really need time to process my emotions. I need time to process my thoughts. And make a decision on my own, and then move on before letting other people contaminate my mind. Somebody's kind of getting back to that, right? That person. But that's what I have for you all. Hopefully this is helpful. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.